adding it. I'm adding it. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've got this. All right, so this is what's going on with thinking about, and it's just amazing. I got to see how you did that with Hay Summit. That's wonderful. Okay, so we've got all of those two things. Thinking about all the resources that you have in the community now, and Zakia is saying it. I love it right here because she's really taking Hay Summit to the limit. Yeah. By the way, does Ben know you're saying all this? Are you an affiliate there? Are you getting paid
I
for all
have
this
an
stuff?
affiliate. I think Ben knows. I usually ask for like crazy things. I told him that I wanted something like a Netflix preview, and he's like, "Give me a minute." And like within 5 minutes, he came back. He's like, "Okay, try it." And I uploaded a short YouTube video, and that was like my preview for the event. And I've taken that and used it for a short introductory for the members. So I thought that was
All right,
really nice. I
that's
asked for stuff
great.
and he gives it to me.
That's awesome. I love that. See, so you and now I know who to turn to with all these requests. Okay, all right, good stuff. Okay, so now here is where we hit the rubber hits the road, or that saying. We first need to start looking at pricing. Now, this can be really scary. This can be really scary, and this is where a lot of people, and we've talked about this in the past, where we have a product and trying to figure out how to price and how to sell this. This is where people have the hardest problem. Can you relate to having problems with pricing and trying to do this, Erica? How about you? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to be talking about this, and let us know in the chat. This is very common, especially selling your first product. You've worked so hard on it, but this is what we got to look at. Sell first, build second. A lot of times people spend so much on trying to get their features right, trying to find the right audience, do all these things. And what we have to do is rapidly sell and see what the reaction is, good or bad. But the reality is, when you try to do that, sometimes it's scary because you get rejections, or sometimes it's not giving, people don't give you the reaction that you want, but we have to push forward. So we have just gone through your offering. Now we're going to stress test this, Erica. And thank you for thank you for trusting us as we go through this. Okay. So let's go into pricing 101. And again, this is if you're trying to launch a micro SaaS, an app, selling a digital product. These are all the same exact things. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to look at the validation before creation, why this is important. Because this is important because products, most experts fail at this part in their product because they build in a vacuum. They either have too many features or they have the wrong audience. If we can dial in or figure out one of these things, if you're saying, "Oh, I launched this and nothing happened," okay, well, then we need to go through one of these three things. Number one, we say, "Okay, did you build it and did people know about it?" No. I was too scared. I thought someone was going to steal it. I didn't have a copyright, so I just built it at my house for the last 2 years. Okay, well, that's tough because all that time you could be working on feedback, or when people are inquisitive or have questions, you can fine tune it. You can't build in a vacuum. That doesn't mean you have to show everything. That doesn't mean a secret sauce, but you have to make sure that you're getting that validation and you're building in public and for people to see things. The second one is the features overload. And that's why I was asking you about the community. As I was like, you're doing everything. We need to have one major selling point. And Zakia might be able to help you. What's that one major selling point that you can be offering when they join your paid section of the community? What's that one thing? They should know that. Okay. And we'll dial this in a little bit. And then the last one is wrong audience. As we've been going through this, you mentioned a few different things that when you're thinking about your audience, you're trying to hit entrepreneurs, SaaS owners, uh, small businesses, all those things. I think we need to really dial it in so they can see themselves. They need to see themselves, right? So in the past, our communities have been all over, but now we only work with experts or consultants, right? Really specific. And I want you to really dial in for yourself, right? So let's get into this formula, and then we're going to look at pricing this thing for you, right? So your first sales formula is the following: problem pain times time saved times results delivered divided by expert hours. Okay, so let's dial this in for yourself. This is the price. This is what's going to equal the price. So the problem pain, you're helping different businesses or entrepreneurs to have repurpose their event or
Mhm.
what they can do. How much is that pain? How much is it pain? Now we can do two things. Number one, we might be able to quantify pain by how much that they're paying for other things. Say, for instance, how much are they paying for Opus Clip, Cast Magic, all these other things to repurpose it versus going through your methodology? Or we could say on a scale 0 to 10, how painful is this for them to do? 10 being it's so overwhelming, they want to shut their computer and end their business, to 0 being no pain, right?
Mhm.
So Zakia can answer it in the chat, or for yourself as you've seen this, Erica, what's the pain look like for your target audience, your best person? Okay, let's even, you know what? Let's back up one more step. You have a wonderful community. You have people showing up here because they love you. Let's talk about this one. Do we have a paid tier in your current community?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That paid tier, do you want more people to convert to that paid tier, or are you looking to add another tier that's at a different price point?
I have 2 tiers.
Okay, tell us about the 2 tiers.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me say I have 3 tiers. The first one, on the first Fridays, we have a guest speaker and you can meet the other community members. That's free. First Fridays are free. The second tier is on demand, and that is $175 for the year. And the third tier is the live community. That way you get to be a part of the conversation. And when you're a part of the conversation, you get shout outs all the places, um, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all that, because I've tagged your name. And that one's 500.
500 a year?
Yeah, for the year.
Okay, cool. Where do you, okay, this is wonderful. This is great. This is great. So if it's all right, you don't have to, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to tell us the full numbers or how many of each, but how many approximately. So you're getting free customers right now, coming in for the free Fridays. Where do you want them? On the video on demand, or do you want them on the live tier? Which one do you see the most value, or what do you want to push them to?
I think the most value is in the live tier.
Live tier, $500 a year. Okay. Now you just mentioned, say the benefits that you're getting at the $500 one. What are the
Mhm.
benefits?
So I take the transcript and I make other content from that. So there is a LinkedIn newsletter. There is an email newsletter. It goes to our free group, which is in Facebook. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is audio, the audio podcast, and the sorry,
No.
the a the AI slideshow with voiceover.
Okay. AI slideshow. Okay. Now this is really important as we look at this, and we're going to be going to pricing. If this aligns, right? So this is good. So we're trying to push them to the live. The benefits are the email newsletter, LinkedIn newsletter, audio podcast, AI slides. Okay. So many typos, Doc. Well, you know what? Then you right there, doesn't. I don't have time for you right now. You see the typos? I don't have time for him. Uh Live tiers for the benefits there for the VOD. What do you have for the benefits on that section?
So you get access to the replays. You get access to the resources.
Replays and resources.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about the resources.
So the resources are you get to read the newsletter, you get the audio podcast and the AI slideshow, and
You getting
the
that on the VOD section too?
yeah, you're just not a part of it. You get to see what happened. You're just not a part of it. So if you want to click on to see
Oh.
what the members are doing, you'll most likely go to their LinkedIn page or something like that.
Now let me ask you something. And Zakia, check with that one as well. Okay, we're going to talk about this very I like this. Yeah, it is very valuable. So let's go back to the pricing and let's go into this a little bit more. Okay, so this is good, right? So remember we looked at the pricing, the problem pain, time saved, and results delivered. I like all the different features and what you're offering, and it's valuable. What has been the feedback of when you have tried to pitch them to go to the live tier or the VOD? What's their reaction? Are they saying, because I'm seeing in the chat, I'm seeing very valuable, all those things. Are they saying, yes, shut up, take my money? Or are they giving you, well, Erica, but tell
Yeah,
us
that
more?
one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Erica, but okay. So the question is, and this is scary, but this is where we're dialing in because those sound like great features, but do they align with the value that they're looking for or how it's changing their business? That is what we've got to dial in, right? Because it sounds great. The newsletter, all of these things. But the next question is, how is that changing them from the, if they're using the newsletter or they're with you live, did that now allow them to move forward in their business and they're making either saving 5 extra hours a week, making $1,000 extra a month? Do we have any metrics that it's tying together? All the features that you're offering, what ties it together that you're saving them money or saving them time or making them more money? Can we make any direct correlation with these features?
I am not sure. So
Okay.
I'll say no because I don't know.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. And by the way, there's still intangibles of other things, right? You can't put necessarily a price on motivation. But if you say, hey, you know what? You've been working on this idea for 5 years. You've been saying that you're going to launch, some kind of conference. It's been 5 years. You've been saying that since before the pandemic. Being in Erica's group for 90 days, I already launched my first conference, and I'm about to do my second one in the winter, right? So now the storyline of I've just wasted all this time and being part of Erica's group. Now I can be getting to this next level, all because of her community, all because of this service or transformation she delivers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So you always can think about that transformation or association right there. Um, let's see. I'm seeing Zakir saying live benefit is networking with other event producers, getting best practices along with collaboration opportunities. Okay. So if I'm looking at collab opportunities, does that mean paid collabs or maybe even an authority? I get to collab with someone that has a certain authority in the space, which now that changes my business. If I'm looking at benefits of networking with event producers. Okay. What does that look like? How does that help my business? It might sound really selfish, but that's what we're really trying to dial in for the use of the product. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay. Now we've got also Joe was talking about how could you know? I already am walking away from just listening with the add next event to my sessions. Okay. That's good. Add next event to my sessions. Okay. So if I'm going that way, Joe, please tell me more, make sure I'm understanding. But if you're going from, hey, I'm going to have more events, am I going to be able to throw more events or understand how to structure my events so I can take more sponsors? I can get more sponsors, which means I can make more money when I have my events. Or the flip side, can I have a conference that I have online? Or could I start thinking about not only having the event, but now I'm going to be able to go right into my services. My event is free, but now I'm going to my paid services. What does that look like? Okay. So let's look at this for a moment. Okay. Let's go into what people say. Does this make sense, Erica?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go into what people say. You might see that's interesting, but never follow up questions. So you try to pitch them on your community. They're like, oh, that's really interesting. That's great. They don't follow up. That's a red flag right there. I'll think about it without asking more details. Or let me know when it's ready. no commitment. Okay. If you hear these things, that means that they possibly might not be your best target audience, or you're not using the right combination or the right features that get them to make the next step to pay you. Okay. So the green lights, when can I get this? How much will it cost? Can you solve specific related problem too? So they're already saying, Erica, you're already doing great things. You're saying, can you solve this problem too? Can you? That's already an add-on, which means, oh man, okay, they're in it. They're in it for me. Now I got it. And the last one, I know someone else who needs this. Now this is something really important that could work for you right here. This could work. So I already see ones in the chat right now. Zakia, one of them, that love what you're doing. Can you have your own audience already think about who you best serve, and they can bring people on to your paid service as well? So we think about affiliates, or we think about warm referrals. I think that might be a real key for you to test out to get more people at that price point.
Members are affiliates. They get, it's either 15 or 30% of the affiliate. And I can't remember which one it is right now.
That's great. Okay, so you have it set up. How many affiliates have referred people to the network right now?
No one yet.
Okay, that's okay. But see, now it's modeling, right? Maybe it's talking to them and they're saying, maybe they have a whole network, and you might have to be more specific of saying, hey, do you know anyone that has already run an event maybe during COVID and now they've just fallen off? They keep talking about it, but they've never done another event. Or how many people have used Hey Summit and they have that already recorded content and they just do nothing with it? Right? So you're modeling because people want to help you. People love you, Erica. We're seeing the support. I see it on LinkedIn all the time. I see people support. You have a very loyal fan base. So now it's structuring how can they bring the right people to you. Okay. Now we go back to this formula right here, right? So we have this the VOD on demand. We have the live tiers. At this time, if you're okay to share, how many do we have on the paid tiers?
No one.
Okay. Okay. So this is, and thank you for being vulnerable and talking to us about it. But we see the impact and we see what's possible for you. So now we have to have those hard conversations and see, I'm hearing a bunch of value. People are really loving this. What do we need to do next to get that aligns with what you want in the pricing to what they're willing to pay? Does that make sense?
Yes. I do need to ask more people to join.
Yeah. But okay. But how many people you got on the free tier?
Like that's just once a month. So everybody's invited.
But what's the number? So do you do invites? Do you do an event for people to sign up? All those things. Do you keep a registration?
Yeah.
Okay. So how big's your registration list?
300.
That's huge. Okay, that's 300. That's 300 opportunities to be able to talk to people to see if they're right for these programs. 300. That is not a small list, Erica. 300, and you just 300. You know what? People would kill for 300. Okay, so think about this: talking to the 3-1, and you can even do this: sending out an email. Hey, can I ask you a favor? I'm thinking about promoting these other tiers. I've got a lot of value, but something's not working. The math ain't mathing. I need to talk real quick. Would you mind jumping on a 15-minute call if you found value from what I've provided? And see what they say. See what they say. Because if they're already attending for these great events, people are saying these things, it might not be painful enough. All the features that you give them, all the things that you're having in the community, it might not be painful enough of what they're looking to solve might not be, they might not see it in your product right now. They might be trying to find solutions to more painful things. And this is a nice to have right now. or they might not be able to slot this in to understand exactly how valuable this is to solve their business problems. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Now we've got Joe saying, I work at a nonprofit. We have a conference, but they're one and done. But simply adding the next event, white paper, podcast, I can turn it into a stream of events. Yeah, Joe, you've got that right there. I'm talking about, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Joe. Make that happen. Make that happen. Exactly what you just said. I would look at it, and then what I would turn around and say, if you would provide a white paper, podcast episode, all those things, what is the value to that nonprofit? What can that do that? What can it do to that business? Okay, so Joe, I really like it, on the right path. I would just make sure as you're providing those things or thinking about what you could be doing for your session to be making money, how valuable is that for their business? How does that change their business? Maybe providing a white paper that also allows them to be seen in other publications, other press releases, and now they could get other funding, or they could be up for other grants being shown in that white paper. Here's as a student, and thanks, but if I get everything for free or an event, the 175, there may be no pain to stepping up. See right here. But if I get everything for free or the event, the 175, there may be no pain to stepping up into also the very low price next tier. Joe saying it right there, Erica.
Yeah. I
Saying it right
I
there.
really do feel like being a part of the conversation is a good benefit, and having your name and a way for other people to reach out to you is one of those benefits.
Erica, I love what you said right there. But I want you to highlight, I want to highlight one thing that when you're saying that, you feel that way.
Yeah.
You feel that way. It's got
Yeah.
to align with the budget and what they're willing to do.
Yeah.
Right. I feel the same way. There's tons of things I'm like, people should feel this way. They don't. They don't.
Yeah.
And then I feel now there's that friction. There's that friction point between the two. Between the two. Look at what they're saying. People vote with their wallet.
Yeah.
Every time that someone says, I don't have the money, I ask them, can I please see your cell phone? And I can tell you 9 times out of 10, they have one that is at least less than 3 years old, something like that, right? Or you say, hey, do you have X, Y, and Z? Are you paying for YouTube TV? Are you paying for the, when it's utilities, people don't think about it. It's just the price of paying it. You want to be thinking about your community as a utility.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important. It's a necessity for them to pay. Those are the features, not nice to have, but essential for their business to get to the next level. We'll look at some examples, but does this make sense as we're going through this? Is this helpful, Erica?
Yeah. Sometimes I get caught up in the how when people tell me they don't care. And like, I have a car and they don't care how it works. Spark plugs, alternators, wiring. They don't care about that part. But I'm like, hey, there's no need for a mechanic. You can have these spark plugs. I'm like, whatever.
They you know what the exact, yeah, they don't care. They you know what they care about? They care about if they have gas in the car.
Yep.
That's it. When the check engine light, oh, I need to change the oil. There are certain things
Mm-hmm.
that people necessitate because they know it's going to destroy the car. But all the other things, it's really hard to, doesn't mean it's not beneficial. It's just a harder conversation. And we want this to be an easy win for you to get to the
Mm-hmm.
next level. Does that make sense?
It does. I get caught up in that part, and I get blinded by it.
Yeah. And this is why the build weekend, some people are like, well, why don't you show us all the tools? Why aren't you doing? Well, from our experience from doing this over and over again, tools will get you so far, but also you could be racing towards the bottom with your pricing, or racing towards your bottom towards value if you do tools only, because you're always justifying the tools or these kind of things. For a sustainable community, for what you're providing, Erica, you have tons of passion. You're constantly testing things. You're constantly giving. It has to make sense. And it might be the audience that you're talking to. It might be the messaging. It might be something. And so that's where all these small tweaks, you don't need to build any more. Erica, I've seen all the things that you buy. or not even buy from AppSumo. First of all, I see you over there. But number two, all the things that you're building, you don't need to build anymore. You don't need to build anymore. So here are a few things to think about for the different tiers for the offer. You could be looking at the core solution, your methodology, that could be like $97 to $297. Implementation or the support, that can run $297 to $497. And then you see right here, done with you, plus direct access to you. Now, that it depends on your bandwidth and what's going on here. But this is where you might see your audience that really need help. They might need to just do it with you, or you might need to do the majority for them. Again, testing it out, seeing what's going on, that's really going to be able to see in the community. I love everything that you said. The AI notes, the newsletter, all those things. If it's not painful enough, or if it's not giving them enough value to take action, we need to relook at the one feature that they do care about and what they will pay for.
Yeah. I want to say I do that. Like I said, I take 6 members who are mostly active,
Yeah.
and I host a 4-part series with them. I do all the repurposing. I do the
How much
scheduling.
they pay you?
No, but that's
So that's the thing. This is the thing. Yeah, I don't. What you just said is beautiful, and I don't doubt that it was a great experience. But you pay for results. You pay for something that is very exclusive. So through that, now this is great. This is a great example, and you can say, "Hey, this is great." Use that, because when you're selling it to someone, that might be, "Hey, I've already taken 6 people through it already." They can have all the testimonials, but we need to put a price tag to see what that value is.
Yeah. I have asked a few people who weren't a part of the group, how much would they pay for this? And in my head, I thought it was worth at least 5,000, and they told me it was 500, and I was like, that made me so sad. But
it's okay. That's okay.
Maybe they didn't want it. They asked me for it, but maybe they really didn't want it.
Did after they said 500, did you send them a payment link for 500?
I did not.
See, these are the things. And first of all, you already know you've got a great support system. People don't mean to do this, but sometimes they're giving false signals. When you're saying, "I'm willing to pay that," that's great. But for this to be a reality for you to keep doing this, you have to be willing to test that number.
Mm-hmm.
And if you send them, you say, "Hey, great, I'll send you the Venmo link right now," or the PayPal link. And they, whoa, 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 I don't know. And now you can have a deeper conversation. "Oh, wait, you said $500. They might say, "Oh, the value is 500, but I'm willing to pay 97. You see the disconnect. You see how we're going through this. And when we're using vibe coding tools, if we're using Notion, it doesn't matter. It's the same exact formula going through this. We need to start testing out this structure. And we'll go through this in a second as we're talking to people. But this is what we need to do. You, Erica, I've known you. You're doing a great job. I think it's coming up on 6 years. I've seen all the wonderful things that you're doing. Now we need to make sure that it's viable for you to go in the right direction, for it to scale, and to find the right target audience that value it at the price point that you need. And listen, if it's you love your community, you don't want to pivot or talk to different ones that might find that value. Okay, well, it might be other things. Could you put together templates for them or different things? And the templates will be $27 a month. The templates, you know what I'm saying? And now you're going through, maybe you are providing the weekly sessions, but you're having members lead them and you're not doing so much of the work. What is it for the value exchange? How can it work for you? There's something that Lucius says. Oh, a shout out to Lucius watching this at work. He says, "Hello, Doc and Erica. I'm listening while I'm at work." Thank you both. Well, thank you so much for being here, Lucius. It's great to see you.
Hey,
Always
Lucius.
It's and that's what we're seeing. You can do this. You can do this. It's the same way as if someone's like, "Well, I want to be a producer. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to do the track, I'm going to do the beat, I'm going to do the lyrics, I'm going to do all these things. And someone's like, I can't afford that. Well, can you just sell the beat? Can you sell them the composition? Can you sell? There are 1,000 different ways to reposition what you want to do, but it's still got to align, and they still have to do a value exchange to you. Yes. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go into, well, we've been in the community hot seat, but let's see real quick. Joe was talking about, Erica, thanks for sharing all of this. Had no idea I'd meet you today. You are a force. Man, Joe, look at this. I love this stuff. I
Thanks,
love,
Joe.
see, Joe doing great things. Look at that. I love hearing stuff like that. And it's wonderful to see this. That's exactly right. Kind of add some applause right here. Erica, that's exactly right. And Joe, thanks for being here. So this is going to help as we go through this and into this this next dial. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, bop, 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 bop. Hands on. Okay, your product takes shape in real time. All right, so let's talk about this hands-on experience right here. Let's do it. And Dustin, if you're watching this, you're going to still see more grammar mistakes coming up in a second. So brace yourself. Okay. So if we're here and we're thinking about this, right? We're going to be thinking about testing this. Number one, we're going to go with what, and I'm going to say it. What are we selling? Okay. So we're selling a community, we'll say community access. Okay. Now, what I want you to think about is, what is the one transformation or product you're delivering? Okay. So I want you to think about this section, because I think this is where it's lost in your community offering right now. You're offering all of these things. I would want either one transformation or a product you're delivering. Now, I see it in two different ways. You could say, hey, I'm offering all these templates. I'll show you how to use Notebook LM, which will save you 6 hours, or X, Y, and Z, or an extra assistant, which is $1,600 a month minimum. Or it might be a transformation of, you had already a conference, you spent all the money for filming it, doing all of these things, and now it's just sitting there. I'm going to show you how to transform that into 9 pieces of content that will make you an authority in your space. Right? So it's a deliverable. It's telling that. And again, it might be authority. It might be, hey, we're going to create 9 pieces of content that then will get you 25 leads for your business. Okay, 25 leads. Do you know how expensive leads are? Okay, she's getting me 25. Yeah, I'll pay. Erica, how much you charging for that? Okay, whatever the count. Yeah, I got it. Right? So it's the framework of the transformation, but you're also pressing on the pain. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I want you to focus on right here. And you've got 300 people on the list, right? You could email them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do email them.
This is what we're gonna look. I'll even give you the secret sauce. This is what I would email them today. Hold on one second. Let's go with the Brand Factory OS. Let's see about here. Question. But you are not dealing with what the problem or pain that the person has? Great question. This is perfect timing. That's what we're exactly about to talk about. We're going to go with the ask. Look at that. You teed me up. Thank you so much. This is what we're going to send your audience. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. Okay, and the reason we have this is it's short enough to be a text or an email. You're going to say, hey, Y. So I could say, hey, Tom, how are you doing? I've been working on X and I thought of you because. So to your point, let's see, Dr. Canoe, am I saying it wrong? Please, I butcher names. I apologize. But if I'm going right here, I might just do this. Let's do this for Erica. I might say, hey, Tom, how are you doing? I've been working on a new program in my community, and I thought of you because you just launched your conference last month, right? And you're seeing right here that I'm being really specific. I'm thinking about the person. I know all of the things about them. I'm going here, right? Now, here's the problem or pain section right here. The program is designed to help you X to achieve Y. This is the golden part right here. So if I'm thinking about Tom just released a conference last month, Erica, I've been working on X and I thought of you. Oh, excuse me. The program is designed to help you X to achieve Y. What could we put in there?
So, events are designed to help you be the authority in your field, be associated with the peers in your field.
Wait, hold on. Authority in your industry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then let's go here for a second. What is that going to help them achieve? If they become an authority in their industry, what does that allow them to do? Will that may allow them to make more money? Will that allow them to get a book deal? What's something very tangible for that outcome?
When you become the go-to expert in your field, you can get
Yeah.
all of
So
that.
I could, but think about this, right? For them to say yes and for them to pay you, you've got to be concrete.
Okay.
So it could be landing a book deal. It could be, or I'm just adding that, but for yourself, what's that one result that you think that could be for them?
I usually tell them an event can get you warm leads within 90 days.
Aha! You see, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say 25 warm leads in 90 days. You see how concrete that is? Then, hey, if you do this, all these things are going to happen to you. You might be a TEDx speaker. You might have a book deal. You might get this one is, hey, the program is designed to help you. And let me see this. And of course, the program is to help you gain authority in your industry and to get 25 warm leads. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this back in Claude. I'm going to say, I'm trying to reach out to my target audience and create a brief and readable email to inquire if they're interested in a new product that I'm going to create. Look at the following sentence and make it more readable. Regina is saying, position you as a leader. Help you, let's see, to position you. I like that. Regina, I'm just taking it straight from the chat. Listen, position you as a leader. I have no shame. I always give credit, but if it sounds better, I'm all about it. First of all, saying Dr. Canoe saying, but what is Tom's problem? Tom is fictional. This is just a framework for her. Mm-hmm. I think you need to convert these warm leads to actual making you money. So the whole thing is, this is one thing. You could say, hey, I'm going to help you make more money. You could do that, but then you're going to see how. So you're saying, Tom, how much does your lead mean to you? Exactly. So this is for Erica thinking about her target audience to get the people in the door that are the leads. Yeah. Sorry, that wasn't clear. So looking at that, that's going to be structuring for that. Yeah. Now we're going to go here. We're going to go for a second. And again, Dr. Canoe, it's the same thing. If you do 9 leads, those things, or hey, they already know their number. Okay, so let's see about this. Hold on. I saw you just launched your conference last month. Congratulations. I've been developing a new program that helps your event organizers like you capitalize on that momentum. It's designed to position you as a thought leader in your space and generate 25 warm leads over the next 90 days. Would that be something you're interested in learning more about? So now you're just getting them the simple yes, no. Are they going to say yes, no? And if they say no, you can just ask them, oh, I'm sorry, this doesn't align. What are you looking to do? Erica, how does this sound?
It sounds pretty good.
I see no great emotion on your face. So it sounds like it's not good enough for you. What are you thinking?
It sounds good to reach out to people, and that's what I need to do. I need to reach out to people. So on
But
the first Fridays, I reach out to people. I tell them that we have an event coming up, and that's a way for you to check out the community. And after that, I just now learned about event follow-up sequences. My event follow-up was all the repurposing stuff, but I never had an event follow-up sequence. So this is very helpful for that. I think.
I think so. Okay. So you can have event follow-up sequence. I love it. Because it's build weekend, could we reach out to, could you write a list of 15 people that you're thinking about and try this out on them?
Okay.
All right. 15 unique emails to reach out and see, ones that have either attended, ones that constantly talk to you, constantly support.
Okay. So people that's already on my list.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that is what's going to allow us to test and see where's the disconnect, where we're at. Erica, we already know you're brilliant. We already know you're doing great things. People coming all over the place. You said this on LinkedIn, people coming on YouTube because you say, we know that you've got the pull. We know that you have this. This is not a matter of trying to find new people. We need to discover what's painful enough, what are you solving, and how to get you paid based on your expertise on this. Does that make sense?
I've never had a problem getting people to come to other events or doing
Other
things.
people's events, not yours?
Yeah. Or I've never had a problem promoting for other people. I don't think that's my problem. My problem is doing stuff for myself.
Can I say that one more time? Could I just say that what you just said?
I don't have a problem doing things for other people. The problem comes in when it comes to doing it for myself.
And that's what this weekend's all about. You got to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
You got to do it for yourself. You're brilliant. You're already doing all these great things. We've got to make it for yourself. You're already talking about Ben and Hey Summit Shoe. Ben might got 5 signups by you talking about him today. But we need people for paying members for yours.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just need to spend a little bit more time on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I need to reach out to more people, and I think this email will definitely help. And then it's not going to be hard to find 15 people that's already on my list.
Look at that. Okay. So let's dial into this for a second. First of all, already the community showcase, because you're talking about it right now. That's automatic, right? But what we want to do then is, and this is the hands-on part, and what we want other people to do, take the time. Oh, I better put this in the chat. Excuse me. 2 things. So number 1, if we're structuring this, we want to know your own statement on outreaching to start testing this out. Friends, family, people, wherever you want to go, start thinking about how we're going to use a format similar to dial in the pain point, right? And this goes across the board. This goes across the board. As I'm getting this, I'm getting the link to as for you to join the section or to join the community for you to get feedback this weekend. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Before anything goes on, Erica, tell the good people where they can find you, how they can reach out to you, what you're doing, and if they want to hear about your paid community, what you're launching for, that paid tier. Tell the good people about it.
All right. You can find me on LinkedIn, Erica Bates. That's Ericka Bates. Um, the community is the Virtual Summiteers peer group, and that is vs.talkvirtual.org. And that is a community on Hey Summit. The live community is you getting to communicate and voice your opinion on the tips, tools, and resources that we use, and have your link to whatever that points to you be across all my social platforms so other people can find you. And I want you to know that just because you hosting an event doesn't mean it's over because it ended. There's still plenty more you can do with that one event.
I love it. Erica, I just dropped your LinkedIn URL in the chat. Also, too, right before that, if you want to join the Build Challenge, you want to talk to wonderful people like Zakia and Erica and Lucius, everyone in the chat, go ahead and you can join. We're doing this all weekend in dialing in exactly what you can be doing to launch your idea, your product this weekend. That doesn't matter if you're vibe coding, if you're doing whatever. This is about taking your idea and your projects and making this profitable. Tons of people can build things. We're interested in this being profitable for you long term. So make sure that you join the community, do that for this weekend and go from there. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're going to be doing this and we're going to be live again tomorrow at 1 p.m. into the next section where we're going to be launching and selling our idea. So we're going to work with Sunday and setting it up successfully. Be back at 1 p.m. If you want to join, we'll be back in the community to jump in and ask questions, or on YouTube if you're watching as well. Lucius, keep working hard at work, and we'll see all of you later today. Make sure, Erica, don't hang up yet because it's going to be generating for the stream. But again, let us know in the chat down below what you need help with, all of those things. Joe's giving you more shout outs right there. And
Thanks,
again,
Joe.
Joe, thank you so much for being here. So many different, Dr. Canoe, all of you, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Thank you so much. Happy building. And we'll see you in just a few hours. Bye-bye, everybody.